materials can be hard work, no matter the job. Unfortunately, many of the tasks we must perform each day requires lifting or moving heavy or awkward objects, making back injuries from lifting one of the most common workplace-related injuries. There is some good news, however. We can minimize our chances of experiencing a back injury when lifting through proper safety techniques and habits. This training provides important guidelines on how to accomplish safe lifting so that you can feel confident and comfortable while working. It's not possible to completely eliminate the risk of back injuries in the workplace, but following the helpful tips can assist in making sure you are as safe and healthy as possible. Before we dive into the steps for proper lifting, it's important that we identify some of the most common injuries and the causes of these back injuries. Most back injuries are associated with sprains, strains, herniated discs, and even fractured vertebrae. These types of injuries are all too common in the daily lives of many people. Some of the most frequent causes include lifting materials that are too heavy or unstable, reaching places that are awkward, repeating motions such as twisting, bending, or lifting overhead, remaining in a bent over or strained position for extended periods of time, falling or tripping, wearing tool belts that are too heavy, and not establishing a proper ergonomics procedure like warming up muscles and correct movements before engaging in physical labor. Taking precautions against these types of activities can help prevent strain on your back and costly trips to the doctor. So, let's talk about protecting that back of yours. Lifting tasks can be risky for an employee's back if the proper safety practices are not followed. To help protect your back, it is important to consider the following precautions. If possible, avoid or minimize the amount of lifting and time spent bending over. If conditions permit, objects should be placed where they can be easy to access, like on a shelf or countertop, and avoid placing them on the floor. Additionally, using a dolly or forklift to complete the task is much safer than manual methods. When manual lifting must occur, objects should remain between your shoulder and waist so that the strain is not put on your back muscles. When lifting, you should push rather than pull whenever possible, as pulling will cause more strain and discomfort. Don't lift heavy loads. If you are straining under the weight of an object, then it is too heavy for you to lift alone. Before picking up any load, make sure there is enough space to safely lift it without bumping into anything, and know where it needs to be placed. This way, you will be able to properly plan and maneuver your load as you walk. Also, always be aware of the surface you are walking on and avoid slippery or uneven surfaces. Last, always inspect your path to make sure there is nothing in the way that you might trip over, and if possible, avoid walking down slopes or stairs. Taking a few seconds to inspect and plan your route can be seconds that can prevent an injury and greatly reduce your chances of having an incident while moving an object. Now let's talk proper lifting techniques. When a manual lift must be performed, there are many techniques employees should do to minimize or eliminate the strain on the back. First, test the weight of the object and the potential for contents shifting. Shifting contents can affect how the object will behave while lifting. Never be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Team lifts are necessary if the size or weight of the object is too much for you to handle. Lifting awkwardly shaped or sized objects can be just as dangerous as lifting heavy objects when you do it alone. Remember, if you have the option to use mechanical methods of lifting over manual lifting, this is always the smartest move. After you have sized up the object and checked for shifting contents, get as close to the object as possible. Use a wide balanced stance with one foot slightly ahead of the other, with your heels on the floor. Bend at your knees, not from your lower back, when lifting or lowering objects. This will help you keep the natural curve of your spine. Use your palms, not just your fingers, to grasp the load. It is recommended that you place your palms on opposite corners of the object and keep your head up while lifting. Lift with a smooth, steady motion. Keep the object between your shoulders and waist area. Pivot your feet to turn in the direction that you want to go. Do not twist at the waist. Walk slowly and place your feet deliberately on the ground after each step. If you have to adjust your grip, set the object down first. Never try and adjust your grip while holding the object, as this can create slipping of your hands and possibly dropping the object on your feet. Slowly lower the load. Slow lowering will help maintain the curve of your lower back. If an object is overhead, think about how you can safely reach it or how to get the object into a comfortable position before attempting to lift it. When you have to get an object from above shoulder height, you should lower the front portion of the object so it is below the shoulders. Remember, back injuries are one of the most common types of injuries in the workplace. Follow the safe techniques we have provided so you don't become a back injury statistic. By following the guidelines presented in this training, you can help minimize your chances of injuring your back while lifting or lowering objects. And last, you should always remember to use team lifts or mechanical methods of lifting whenever possible over manual methods. You only have one back. Take care of it. Now, before we move on, let us take a few minutes to review what we covered in this training, because your back health and safety is so important. Before lifting anything, take a few seconds to inspect and assess what it is you are lifting. Will the contents shift and where the object is going? It is so important for you to recognize how heavy the object is and determine if you can lift it by yourself. Remember, never hesitate to ask for help if it is too heavy. Next, take a look at the path you will be taking. Is there anything you will trip over or slip on or bump into before you reach your destination? Remove all trip hazards or objects in your pathway. Now that you know how heavy your object is and your path is clear, it is time to lift. Get as close to the object as possible. This creates more leverage for you and reduces the strain on your muscles and back. Position your feet shoulder width apart and move one foot slightly forward for better balance. Bend down towards the object, keeping your back straight. Use your legs and hips to lower yourself towards the object. Never bend at the waist, because this will create immediate strain on your lower back. As you bend down to pick up the object, use the hand on the same side as the leg that is angled forward, placing that hand on the side of the object furthest from you. With a firm, comfortable grip, tighten your core. Focus on keeping your back straight as you lift the object with your legs and hips. Keep your head looking forward, as this will help you keep your back straight, and slowly extend your legs upward. As you are lifting, remember to use the palms of your hands, not your fingertips, and keep the object as close to your body as possible. Remember to position the object between your shoulders and waist if possible. When lowering the object, slowly lower your body, using your legs and hips, keeping your back straight. Remember to never bend at the waist, limiting all strain on your lower back. As you bend down, avoid shifting your grip or adjusting your hands if possible. Focus on keeping your back straight as you lower the object with your legs and hips. Again, keep your head looking forward, as this will help you keep your back straight, and slowly lower your legs downward, while keeping the object as close to your body as possible. Now let's check your understanding of the information we have provided to you in this training with a quick knowledge check.